Who is with Vinny Fiorenza? There's a lot he doesn't know. There's a lot he wants to know. This is a podcast where he tries to learn from people who know things he doesn't. He'll be focusing on people from the worlds of business, entertainment, and the arts. His guests are people he finds fascinating and that he believes will bring value to others. Join him on the journey on finding out who is.
If you don't ask, you can't get things, but if you ask, you never know. I knew pretty early on that I was going to go to law school and that I was going to practice entertainment. This is Hollywood. No one's happy with the initial offer. Being a mother, I think, has actually made me a better lawyer. And I always tell people, you pay a little bit now to get protected or you pay a lot later. It's up to you.
We are here with Nina Ameri, lawyer in the entertainment space, and a lot more than that. We're going to get into it with her. I'm very happy to be here. How you feeling?
Thank you so much. Glad to be here.
Awesome. Well, where are you from exactly? Are you from here?
I am one of those rare LA natives. Yes, I am. I grew up on the west side, Culver City specifically.
Nice.
And I'm very boring. Never left. UCLA for undergrad.
Oh, wow.
Pepperdine for law school.
Really, LA? Or at least SoCal, whatever, however you want to frame it.
Yeah.
What was Nina like when she was young? Like, what were some of your interests and hobbies? Did you always give off the vibe that you wanted to be a lawyer?
Well, I definitely always liked to argue and negotiate. That started pretty young. I remember...
give examples.
Okay, so I probably negotiated a couple of my grades in high school.
Nice.
I would barter with my teachers. I'll help you edit the school paper. Give me a B instead of a C.
Oh,
and it worked.
Good. Yeah.
If you don't ask, you can't get things. But if you ask, you never know. But I was always like really, really, really into music. I thought, I wanted to do something in music. And very athletic, played soccer, was a skateboarder.
No way.
Yeah,
wow.
just
pretty
kinda...
diverse. That's cool.
Yeah.
How do you think your classmates would describe you?
I think first off, they would say I was fun, probably clever. And I think they all knew that I was going to do something, sometimes more than I even knew.
I love that. Yeah, I feel like we're similar like that.
Yeah.
I agree. Did anyone specifically in your life growing up influence you to join the entertainment space? Was there anyone in your family that was involved in entertainment?
That's interesting that you asked me that. I actually kind of first got interested in entertainment because of my father.
Oh.
He was an editor, cinematographer, and on some of the movies he worked on, he was even an actor.
No way.
And many films from the horror gore father, Herschel Gordon Lewis. So Wizard of Gore, these are like these slasher movies from the 60s. I wasn't that familiar with them.
Yeah.
I kind of like, I knew what they were, but I had a friend that was really into horror, and he was like,
No way.
my God, your dad was in this movie, and he edited this film. And so yeah, my dad unfortunately passed away when I was pretty young.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And I always kind of, I think, was just drawn to artists and creative people because, maybe it was my way of trying to find him or connect with him.
Nice. Tell us a little bit more. Have you seen any of the films?
I saw like 2 of them because my friend who's really into this genre, he brought them over and I guess for that time they were really like cutting edge. Now, I don't know, but for that era they're pretty popular.
Nice. Yeah, no, that's very interesting. I think I remember you telling me that a while back. So we got into it a little bit. Where'd you attend school? You said UCLA and Pepperdine?
Yeah, so for undergrad, I went to UCLA, and then I wanted to go to law school in Southern California because I knew I was going to do entertainment law.
Oh, you knew?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I knew pretty early on that I was going to go to law school and that I was going to practice entertainment. So I knew that I had to stick to the Southern California market.
Oh.
Pepperdine was great because they had a lot of entertainment law and intellectual property classes.
Interesting. This is like a weird question based off that. Do you know like the percentage of like lawyers that go into the entertainment space? Because I feel like is it low? Is it high? Like, I wouldn't even.
In terms of lawyers that come to Southern California, I would say probably half of them want to get into entertainment law, just like half the people that move to Los Angeles
Yeah.
want to be in the entertainment industry. But it's a very small, niche, and it's very hard to break into.
What was your experience like trying to break in?
So my first job out of law school was not in entertainment law.
Okay.
It was, interestingly, as a tax lawyer. So I was negotiating, resolving people's tax debts, going against the IRS. I did that for about 3 years, and then I started looking into, entertainment firms because I knew that's really what I wanted to do.
What was the transition like from tax to entertainment? What made that bridge?
The thing that made the bridge was I went to a firm where there was a lot of clients that were entertainers that did have tax issues. So I was able to kind of help them with the tax stuff and then start helping them with their contracts too. So
Nice.
it was a really kind of like nice move into entertainment law.
What goes on at an entertainment law practice, like day to day? Like, like I might know some of it, but I don't actually know the ins and outs. Yeah, give or take.
There's a lot of kind of touch and go, a lot of projects, they'll be in development for years and years. And then all of a sudden, boom, they got financing or there's an offer,
Yeah.
and then things move really quick. So that's kind of the interesting part of this business
Like
is
fast
that,
pace.
it could just go from 0 to 100
Yeah.
and you just don't know, it's sometimes things can just happen like unexpectedly, so to speak.
Got it. So you were at a different entertainment practice, and you ended up starting your own company.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us about the origin of that and what gave you the confidence to be like, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Well, I kind of I always had the kind of entrepreneurial bug.
Yeah.
I come from a family of entrepreneurs. The thing that, I wanted to do is I wanted to make sure that I knew the work. Mm-hmm. And I had a really solid foundation of doing the work and the deals, and learning about the business. And I went to another firm, and I took a little bit of something from everywhere that I ever worked, and anyone that mentored me and taught me things. But ultimately, I knew that I want to represent artists and creators and be their advocate. I only wanted to do transactions, no litigation, and just have, a law firm where everybody is really happy to be, and, with a great culture and a collaborative culture. And now I have a couple of associates
Nice.
who are, really young and really smart, and we're getting into not just film and TV, but social media, working with influencers, new media, podcasts.
I love
So
it.
it's exciting.
Yeah, I know Nina's one of the hardest working people I've ever met. She's all over the place, like a jumping bean in a good way, in a very positive way. And I'm sure you have a very high bar for the people you bring on as associates.
They're really smart, and
phenomenal.
I like the fact that they've kind of grown up with all of this social media stuff. They really they bring a lot to the table because of that.
Yeah, it's extremely important and resourceful to have people like that around you, especially young kids doing that fresh out of law school. Right, that's how it goes. Yeah, they're not in law school or
no, they're done now,
Cool.
and they're they've dived right in.
Perfect. So you mentioned the word represent before. Like, there's a lot of reps in the industry, like managers, agents, lawyers, all different types of levels of management. How would you describe your interactions with clients to be different than those of other reps?
So our focus as lawyers is, at least for me,
Yeah.
and what I believe and what I aspire to do is really to be a strategic advisor for a client. So it's not just about drafting the contract, it's about all of the legwork that comes before that, and how we structure the deal, and how we protect the intellectual property. So our goal is strategy and protection. And agents, managers, their goal is more guiding someone in their career, finding projects, finding opportunities, collaboration. So a lot of people kind of get confused and say, well, can't you just make these introductions, do that? And I'm like, that's not really our role. If it happens that I think two people should be put together, obviously I will connect them and I'll make that intro. But our job is really strategy and protection.
So do you work with other reps frequently?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Well,
All
what
the
are some
time.
interactions like? Will give us scenarios that how you work with your clients and their other reps.
So a lot of times, we'll have a deal that'll come through, and I will work with the agent and the manager on, for example, a counter. So we will kind of, put our heads together and figure out what is a good counter. And we're always kind of careful about not killing a deal, but also being strong advocates for the client.
Like
so
you aren't happy with the initial offer, and you're making.
we're never happy with the initial offer.
No, of course, yeah, we want more cash.
This is Hollywood. No one's happy with the initial offer. So yeah, we just kind of, we huddle up and we make our counters and we collaborate and I always think that a strong manager, a strong agent can take you really far.
Yeah, no, I know how that is. Been fortunate enough to meet a lot of strong reps in this. And yeah, I've seen Nina interact with some of her clients, and she knows what she's doing. Appreciate it. Do you seek your clients? Do they come to you? Like how do you end up eventually partnering with them?
So my business is 100% referral based. So I don't seek out anyone.
Cool.
They seek me out. Usually, they're introduced to me by another client of mine, or maybe a manager or an agent or another lawyer or just somebody that I know.
Over the years, have you been able to get some more, I don't know, I guess juicier clients or whatever? Like how's it been since you started the company till today?
Obviously the longer you're in it, the more high profile your clients become. I want to just clarify that, you don't have to come through a referral. Someone could hear me.
Yeah.
On this podcast, someone could hear me speak at a panel. I do a lot of panels. And that's also a totally acceptable way to reach out to me. But, I kind of believe that everything happens organically and that you just attract people that are going to be a good fit for you.
Makes sense. When you have your first meeting with a new client or even a potential client, what are some of the common questions or issues that come up right away for those type of clients?
Okay, so interestingly, the first question that people always ask me, and I find it kind of funny, is, do I need a contract? And I'm just like, of course you need a contract, She's like, well, the project's still in development. I'm like, this is exactly the time that you need a contract. So that's one of the things that always comes up. Another thing that always comes up is, oh, well, I filed my script with the WGA. Why do I have to file it with the Copyright Office? It's not the same. If you want to be able to sue somebody for copyright infringement, you have to have a registered copyright. Having your script filed with the WGA is not enough. So, I'm just always shocked that these basic things people are asking me over and over again.
Even these terms like a little bit over my head, and they shouldn't be over my head. It should be like, simple to comprehend. What's the order of operations? I come to you with a brand new script. Like what would be a suggestion for a new developing writer to go about for their project?
Well, I think that for if you're a new writer, the number one thing is to write and write a lot.
Yeah.
And to submit your work to different screenwriting labs and contests and whatnot. Get as much feedback as you possibly can. I usually come in when, for example, there is a producer that's interested in your script, and they're either offering you a shopping agreement or an option agreement or another type of contract. That's generally when you would come to me.
So I'm sure you've had a tremendous amount of experience at all different levels. Do you have any without naming anyone? Do you have any nightmare stories that you could share with us? like about a scenario for people to learn?
I think the biggest nightmare story is when someone comes to me, talks about someone they want to collaborate with, and then, I tell them you need a contract right now. And then they say, okay, okay. And then they disappear for a couple months and then they come back to me. And for whatever reason, things didn't go well with that person. And now they need to untangle themselves from them, but they never had a contract to begin with. That's kind of the nightmare scenario that unfortunately I see over and over again. And I always tell people, you pay a little bit now to get protected or you pay a lot later. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm sure people get taken for a ride all the time over here.
It's a tough business.
Yeah.
And there's just a lot of people that unfortunately don't keep their word.
It's a rough game, and it's hard to find good people, but there's a lot out there like yourself.
There's a ton of good people, but you just got to vet them.
Yep. Keep that referral base flowing. What advice do you have to these young lawyers just making it out of law school? What have you learned from your career that you could pass forward?
Well, I'm going to speak specifically to people that want to do entertainment law. If your passion is entertainment law, and if that is what you want to do not, take, the externship doing criminal law or doing, personal injury. When you're in law school, you need to get as much experience as possible in entertainment law. Because here's the thing, there's a million people that want to do this. And if your resume doesn't say, I am all in for entertainment law, people are not going to take you seriously.
Yeah, that's a good word of advice. I know a lot of people going through that right now, different fields. But yeah, it makes complete sense. If you want to be involved in what you want to be involved with, do something.
It has to be there,
You mentioned earlier about like other panels and stuff. I know in the past you've ran your own networking events. Both throughout the entertainment space and specifically the law space. Could you tell us a little bit about those events that you've done in the past?
I've always liked just bringing people together. That's kind of been my, I guess, kind of how I built my network. I host, these quarterly dinners, and it's primarily for folks that are working in entertainment. Sometimes we have people that are in sports as well. But they're just quarterly dinners. There'll be clients, there'll be managers, agents, and it's just a way of like people getting to know each other. And sometimes from those dinners, collaborations happen. And then I started a group many years ago, LA Attorney Network. It's just a network for lawyers to meet each other and very casual. And we try to have fun.
Tell us about the Attorney Network. Dive into it a little bit deeper.
It started out as really a Facebook group.
Oh, okay,
and
cool.
and I've got probably, I want to say 15,000 to 20,000 members now. Yeah, and it's people go on there and they look for different attorneys for clients they have. You may be a PI lawyer with a client that needs a family lawyer, and so it's all it is. It's an opportunity to connect with people, and hopefully have some fun in the meantime.
Nice. How's that going now? It's still active?
Yeah, it's still there. Yeah,
amazing.
I still have. Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Funny enough, we met at an event.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
That was a good one. That was my first event I threw out here in that format.
You had an amazing turnout.
Yeah, it was good.
And I want to go to more of those.
yeah, we have them semi-frequently. We're doing a minimum like once a month. We do this podcast on stage once a month.
I've seen that. That's awesome.
Maybe we'll do a lawyer panel eventually. Who is World? But
Love it.
You do a lot beyond all that. You're also, fortunately, a mother. Tell us about the balance of all that across the board.
I always wanted to be a mom. It was definitely something that, I knew it was going to be a big part of my life. And to be honest, it's one of the things that motivated me to start my own law firm.
Oh, nice.
Was just to have the flexibility to, not only practice law, but also be able to go to my kids' football and soccer games and be present. And I'll say this: being a mother, I think, has actually made me a better lawyer.
I was going to ask that. I want to,
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
So I think that, the big part of being a lawyer is juggling lots of different deals and lots of different personalities all at once. And I think that the skill set that you learn as a mom is how to kind of, officially manage your time, how to handle different personalities, and how to get what you want without pissing people off. And kids can be tough. They're sweet and they're cute, but they can be stubborn. And so, it's been an interesting kind of experience navigating those personalities.
Yeah, no, it's I'm sure I'm looking forward to having some of my own some point a little bit down the road. But yeah, it's beautiful to hear you've been able to use your professional life and use it positively in your personal life. So that's pretty amazing. Since you started your practice till today, with like say COVID and stuff like that, was there any shift out here like because of that in your world?
So COVID was an interesting time for the entertainment industry. Even though the industry was technically shut down, there was a lot of deal making happening because what happened was people finally had a chance to like sit back and read some of the projects that have come across their desks or, finalize contracts that they hadn't been able to get to. So, I actually was pretty busy during COVID. During that time, we started working with a lot more social media influencers. We kind of saw an uptick in independent content creation. So COVID was hard, but it was also awesome because it also gave an opportunity to connect with people via Zoom, like all over the United States and the world.
Would you ever consider expanding your practice outside of LA?
I am actually in the works of expanding to Austin, Texas.
Wow.
So we already have a good number of clients there, and we want to continue to work with our Austin clients. And so hopefully by the end of 2024, we will have an office set up in Austin.
Yeah, we're rooting for you. Yeah, we'll keep on the lookout for that. Yeah, hopefully I got some clients for you out there.
Yeah, it's a great market.
Yeah, and there's a lot of entertainment out there.
There's a ton. Yeah.
Unlimited. I know I've met with a lot of actors from there. But I'm gonna get ready to switch it up. We're gonna do a little bit of a rapid fire section.
Oh boy.
Are you ready?
Let's go.
Do you have your own favorite courtroom drama, both a movie and a show?
Okay, well, my favorite courtroom,
Anything.
not drama, but is just My Cousin Vinny and Joe Pesci.
That's a good answer.
Because I'm a comedy person, so that's what I think about when I think about a courtroom. The two Utes.
The two Utes.
And what was the other question?
What the hell is a grit?
Yeah.
No, just the same thing like a TV show. Like when you think of court, like.
Probably Ally McBeal. I'm a
cool.
Women. Ally McBeal.
I love that. My Cousin Vinny was a perfect answer.
Yeah,
I've seen that 1,000 times.
I mean, I am sitting next to a Vinny, right?
Yeah, no, it was on the nose.
That was in my subconscious.
That's great. Do you have a favorite sports team?
I'm a Bruin. I went to UCLA and season ticket holder to UCLA.
Oh,
so
nice.
yeah, I go Bruins.
Nice. Well, what sports?
Football, basketball. Yeah,
nice.
I love both.
Very, very cool. Do you have a favorite cocktail?
Oh, of course. Who doesn't? Moscow Mule.
Nice. That was someone hits that recently.
Nice and
it's
refreshing.
Great. Yeah. Good. I get ginger beer.
Oh yeah, so good.
In the copper cup.
Gotta have the copper cup.
Yeah, no, the whole nine. I love that.
Now, recently I had a pineapple Moscow Mule. That was really good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I hadn't had a blood orange one.
Okay.
It was good.
Yeah, I like
good.
that.
It was fun. What's your zodiac sign?
Taurus.
Taurus.
Yeah.
Nice. Cool. What month is that? I'm still learning.
May.
Cool.
May 11th.
Thank you. Do you have a favorite pizza?
Pizza. Okay. Barbecue chicken.
Interesting.
And then there's this place called Z Pizza. They have a Thai chicken pizza.
Sounds interesting.
And yeah, it's just like a Thai pasta, but on a pizza. It's really, really good.
I try and avoid the pizza out here.
Well, you're a New Yorker. You're not gonna like any of our pizza. Yeah.
It's okay spots. This is my big one that I usually ask. Someone from history that you'd love to have dinner with.
My grandfather.
Oh, yeah, that's
I
a
never,
beautiful answer.
my dad's dad, I never got to meet him,
Okay.
and I just heard stories about him, and I want to meet him.
Cool. I love that. That was a phenomenal answer. So we're gonna close out here. So you could tell the audience what's next for you, and how can people connect with you if you're open to being connected with.
Yeah, so we are excited that the WGA strike is over. We've already seen an uptick in deals and projects that are that were dormant for a while, and they're getting movement and traction again. So really, I think we're going to have a very busy fall. I'll be at the American Film Market, which is
Nice.
the week of October 31st, meeting with clients and partners. Yeah, we're still taking on clients. If you are a content creator in either film and TV or new media, social media, we'd love to connect.
Awesome. I really appreciate you coming out here.
Thank
This
you
was
for
a
having
blast.
me.
Yeah, I'm happy we stayed in touch, and I'm looking to stay in touch in the future. Maybe we do something again real soon.